Hi, Stacy Cole here with the Healthy Lifestyle Institute for Women, and you're watching our tip of the week, which is Shake Making 101. It's a very simple process, and so we're going to go over some of the basics about how to make a shake. A lot of people are turning to shakes now, especially as a great breakfast alternative if they're busy and they're dashing out the door. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to make a shake, what goes into it. And the first thing I want you to know is you can't mess it up, okay? It's a very simple process, and so I'll go over the very few things that you'll find helpful or need to know. And the first is that you want to start with 8 ounces or 1 cup of liquid, and that can be either water or milk. Like I prefer an almond milk or a soy milk, or it can be juice if you prefer a juice-based shake. And to save you just a little bit of time, what I want to tell you is that most blenders, if you're going to use a blender, has measurements on the side, and so you just fill it up instead of getting out a measuring cup and dirtying up one more dish that you've got to wash and getting out one more thing in the morning. You can just use your blender and fill it up to that 8 ounce or that 1 cup mark. So there's your first tip. And then you just want to throw in your protein powder of choice. And that in and of itself can make a shake. If you don't want to go any further, that's fine. You've got everything you need. I prefer to use a few ice cubes in there, and you'll have to play with the amount of ice cubes to get it right, but no more than a cup usually does it for me to give it just a little thicker consistency and make it nice and cold, and I drink it on my way to work in the morning. And if you don't have a blender, you can just use a shaker cup, and I'll show you a couple of my favorites. There is the kind that has the whisk ball in it. It looks like that, and the little ball in there stirs up all your ingredients. This is great if you're on the go. You just literally shake it up and it stirs it up for you. These have the measurements on them as well. So there's an 8 ounce mark right there. So again, you don't have to measure, and you know what you're dealing with. Another kind I really like is I have this kind that comes with a shield in it, and I love this because if I don't have time to get all the ice blended up well, or if I don't have time to throw it in the blender, I can throw all the ingredients in the cup, and then I put the shield on it, and then when I drink it through the lid, the ice doesn't smack me in the face when I drink it. So that's another really good tool to have around. So if you've got your liquid and your protein powder, then that's really all you have to have. Some other ingredients that you can use from there is either peanut butter or almond milk. Almond butter. I prefer the almond butter over the peanut butter because it's healthier. So you can toss some of that in there if you're willing and able to put in more calories, because it will give it a little bit more staying power for you. Another thing you can consider is using a dry spice. Like I like to use cinnamon or apple pie spice or pumpkin spice, so I can switch that up throughout the year. So that's just a really good little tip to know. That way you can, these are all ingredients, by the way, that are very easy to have on hand, and it allows you, by having a few different things, to kind of mix it up and do something a little different every day, but still keep it in your same basic routine. Another thing that you can add is fruit. You can use fresh fruit, or you can do something that I started doing recently, which is using a frozen fruit. And what I like about that is if I miss a trip to the grocery store or run out of fresh fruit, I've always got that in the freezer as a backup, so that's a really easy way to do it. And also, by having the frozen fruit, I don't have to use ice cubes, because when you do, I've learned this from experience, it makes it a little too thick. So you can use the frozen fruit in place of the fresh fruit, and again, that keeps it nice and cold, it makes it really thick, and it takes the place of the ice. Let's talk really quick about blenders. A basic blender is all you need. I've used that for years and years and years, and it's done just fine. However, for Christmas, I did get a new blender. This one is a Ninja blender, and what I like about it is it has 3 sets of blades, so 6 blades total. This really chops up the ice very well, very quickly. I don't have to run the blender very long. I just pulse it until it's blended well, and then I can pour it out, and the blade comes out easy, so it's a real quick, easy cleanup as well. So anyway, that is Shake Making 101. It's very simple, so give it a shot, especially if you're like me, dashing out the door at the last minute every day, saying, oh my God, I'm late again today. Then this is a really quick way that you can throw a nutritious breakfast together and take it out the door with you and drink it on the way to work. And it's very simple to do. So I hope that you have found this tip helpful. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.